Well, I wish we'd been 6 points better last week, and we'd all feel so much better. It'd be like Christmas morning around here. It's life. I mean, it's. I told our players this morning again, we'd feel a lot better if we made one more point or 3 more points last week than we did in each game. We'd be 7-2 versus 5-4, but our record is what it is. Be tied for first place and versus being, third or whatever we are. But that's life. I mean, and we got to battle our way out of it, and that's. Adversities, you're going to decide who you become. Are you going to become great, or are you going to let it defeat you? And that's kind of where we are as we sit here at the end of January. And we have a chance to do something great and become great, or are we going to succumb to it? And that's where we are as a team. And I'm excited to see who we become because of the guys in our locker room.
Before we talk into more preparation and practice, news came out yesterday for Kevon Harris playing for the Osceola Magic in the NBA G League. He just got announced that he's going to be playing in the for NBA All-Star Game in the G League next up game in Indiana for the NBA All-Star Weekend. Anything on Kevon's play? Keep a track on him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that he gets to play in that game. I mean, he's it's a bittersweet deal for him. In that he's deserving to play in that game. But I think he would tell you he's an NBA player. And because of his injuries this year, he hasn't been able to play. He's only played a couple weeks now because he's been hurt. And their team's playing really well. He hasn't been able to get back up with the big club. But he's taken advantage. I'm proud that he's taken advantage of coming back from injury and not sulking and playing really hard and getting a chance to showcase his abilities. And his contract's up at the end of the year, so hopefully he'll get a new contract with whatever team. I know he loves Orlando. I know Orlando loves him, and he'll get with the right team, and hopefully he'll get to stay there because I know he's got a lot invested with the Magic, and but he's proven in a short amount of time that he's really talented and. He's worked really hard. A lot of guys take over a year to come back from his injury, and he's been able to come back in about 6 months. So I'm pleased that he's back on the court, and he's been awesome. I mean, he's a great brand ambassador for SFA.
Turn it over to me and then back to me.
Thanks for asking that question.
Mm-hmm. What's the morale like now among the team?
Well, Nathan, obviously, we're not doing cartwheels in there, but I mean, we know we have a lot left to play for,
sure.
And the season's just beginning. I mean, it's we've got 11 games left, haven't even reached the halfway point, and we're banged up. I mean, Kajust, I don't know if he'll play this. Got hurt on that last play. Was in a sling for a couple of days, and but it's doing better. We're just, Frank Stain practiced a little half court today. We've still have some guys out with COVID, flu, whatever. I mean, we had 7 or 8 scholarship players in practice today. We're a banged up team right now. We're pretty beaten up, which gives you an opportunity, some guys to really lift themselves up and rise above it and showcase what they can do.
And then Utah Valley. What do you expect from them this week?
Yeah, I mean they're probably the most elite passing team in our league. They have Drake Allen who played at Southern Utah last year, was their point guard, and they've got 2 monsters inside, and they lead our league in assists, and they've got 2 7-footers, and they pose great size and rim protection, and they smashed us last year. They were obviously they were an elite team last year, won our league running away with it, and then got beat in the tournament. Grand Canyon beat them, so they don't return really anybody that impacted their team, but they've got a great culture, and their coach left, but they promoted the assistant, so they understand how to win, and we've got to really, we'll have our hands full. They smashed us really good. Our guys remember that. So we'll be excited to play on Thursday night.
Before we just break down a different mentality with it being home away for the next 2 weeks, talk about the home energy a little bit, because I know that was something that even for Grand Canyon there was a little bit more of a different buzz with fraternity night, and I think Wally behind the scenes told me about like 900 students showing up for Grand Canyon. So just talk about that energy that you saw over the 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, we had the best student turnout we've had since before COVID, and we appreciate, our players appreciate their peers showing up, and so it was exciting that to have that again, and I hope a close loss doesn't deter them from showing up, because we need their support even more today than what happened, the outcome of the game. And, you could tell there was some juice in the building again, and we need that juice again. Or if, when you lose close games like we do, this is when, our guys really need to be supported more than ever. And because they need to feel the love from their peers and from people around town versus being beat up. And so the encouragement really needs to come now more than ever to help them get over the hump. And the numbers are going to match up. We win all those close games. It's disappointing that we didn't. And not going to get into the why like I did Saturday night. I mean, that wasn't very uncharacteristic of me. I'm just frustrated for my players. So different mindset today than Saturday. And I had a chance to calm down and think about it. But, winners don't complain about things like that. And so I apologize for that rant. But I wanted to protect my players as much as possible.
So home game on Thursday, then a road trip on Saturday, same thing. But according to you, with what we've talked about, Arlington, Metroplex, that's also partly a home game for you too.
Well, we're going to Tarleton.
Well, yes, yeah, but same mindset somewhat when it comes to
Yeah.
that.
I mean, we've proven we can win on the road. It's a game that we lost by 2 at home. A team that's ahead of us in the standings. I mean, they're playing really well. Team that's right ahead of us in the seeding standings. We need to get it and chance for our team to go to Babe's Chicken. So that'll be good for morale. Any opportunity that we can do that. So, we're not trying to get ahead of ourselves as we get to the weekend. But, yeah, I mean, it's a big week for us. All these weeks in our league, the games are so close. Like, if you throw out the UTA game, like, in our conference, a point differential is .25. If you throw out the overtime scores. So, I mean, every possession really, really matters. And, just scrubbing up the numbers. And then we really try to emphasize that. And, it's just like every possession matters. Late game matters. Possessions in the middle matters. You can't give up an out-of-bounds play. You can't unnecessarily foul. Free throws matter. All those type of things. So, it's a big week for us.
Bounce back big week, hopefully for the Lumberjacks. Thursday night, 6:30 versus Utah Valley. And then another purple battle on Saturday at Tarleton. Coach, thanks for the time.
Thanks, Hunter. Axum.